guys, we just made it here at the USCIS office in Philadelphia, here in Philly. It's around 8:45, so we're about an hour early. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an update where we are. Stay tuned, guys. We're excited. Yes, a little bit nervous, but at the same time, we know that God is good and God is for us, and we know that we'll make it. We'll catch up with you soon. Yes! We made it, guys. We made it, man. We just got back not too long ago. Thank God this is almost over, guys. We passed the citizenship test. My wife and I. What do you want to say? Something?
Yay! We made it. We passed.
Yes. So just a quick snapshot of what happened in there. God is good, man. This went pretty fast. So in case if you just want to know, like, you know, what really happened in there, once we walked in at the security checkpoint, basically the security guards kind of directed us on where to go, and then we basically had to provide the appointment letter, as well as your I think our ID. Yeah, the ID. So once that happens, and then we kind of went to the next next stage, I should say, which was the
next checkpoint.
The next checkpoint, right?
Yeah. So we had to like remove our shoes. And for guys, you have to take off your shoes. So if you're wearing like any like shoes that has rope in it, so you have to just like, you know, untie it.
Yep.
You have to remove out your belt,
everything.
Yeah,
so,
everything. You put it into a little basket.
Yeah? Yep.
So
that is something to keep in mind. I mean, what I would say, look, if whatever you don't need, just don't bring it there. Just keep it as light as possible, because you have to get everything, your cell phone, your keys, anything in your pocket, just similar to what happens at the airport. So you probably get the gist. So once we made it through that, the next step was to go in front of this lady. We have to do register. They will ask for your A number, the applicant number, just something you want to make sure that you know it. I saw a lot of people struggling. One lady had to be asked to step aside because other people were waiting, because she didn't know what the A number or the applicant number was. But that is something that you should be mindful of, and then they will confirm your first name. That's what they did for us, and then we were asked to sit for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we had to sit. Yeah. They directed us on where to sit.
Yep.
After the check-in, so we sat down and just waited for our turn.
Yep.
Basically.
Absolutely. And then my wife, she actually went before me. She went around 9:45 on the dot. Yeah. So they called her. She went into the interview room, and then I just sat there and just waited for probably about 10 minutes. Around 9, I think it was around 9:58. That's when I was called in. Basically, by the time I was walking in, she was pretty much almost done with her interview, because I could see her from just a far distance. They were kind of wrapping up the whole process, which we will chat with you shortly. But for me, once you're in there, once you go to the interview, and that's something obviously she will let you know, because sometimes the formatting it's a bit different. For me, once I sat there, of course I had to raise my hands and take the oath that everything I'm going to be saying was going to be true and all of that. After that, I had to show them my green card, and then we started the process. First thing they asked was the writing part, so I had to do the reading test first. So the reading test was something around something that has to do with government, like paying taxes to the government. I read that, and then they now have to ask me to write an answer. Basically, a sentence will pop up on the screen. You read it. That's it. Just to want to make sure that you can read, and then another sentence will pop up on the screen, and they'll ask you to just write down. Or no, she's gonna dictate what you should write. I should say, not write it down. So first is it pops up. You read it. The writing part, she will tell you what to write, or she or he, of course, they will tell you what to write, and you just write it down. That was mine. After that, so first was the reading part, and then the civic test. I'm gonna pull mine because it's funny. We did a little, we kind of had a little play before we went in there. Funny enough, 2 of the 10 questions that I wrote down came out on the interview. So that, I thought that was cool. So my questions were: what did the Declaration of Independence do? Announced our freedom from Great Britain. That was what I I told her. Number 2, what are the 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Of course, vote and join a political party. Those were the 2 answers that I gave. Number 3 was name one state that borders with Mexico. Texas. That was what I told her. Number 4, when do we celebrate independence? July 4th. Then number 5, what major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. And then the 6th question was how many amendments does the Constitution have? Of course, that is 27. So once you pass the first 6, then they don't ask you anymore. That was my own example. So I don't know, can you share your own questions?
Yeah, so I don't have to run through the whole process again, but basically mine was the reverse of his, because I started first with the civics questions before going into the reading and the writing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and so I typed it down on my phone. Let me just get it quickly. So I'm just gonna pull it up. So I was asked 6 because I got the first 6, so no need to move on. So the first question was, who does a U.S. senator represent? So I answered all people of the state. So the question 2, what is the name of the vice president of the United States now? Kamala Harris. Number 3, who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? I answered American Indians. Number 4, under our constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? I said to print money. Number 5, name one branch or part of the government. I said the executive. And the last question, who was the first president? And of course I answered George Washington.
Nice.
Yeah, so my reading test, so I had to read what was on the screen. So it was, when is Flag Day? So that was my reading test. And for the writing test, she asked me to write Flag Day is in June. So those 2 portions, she said I passed it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was pretty much it. And then the last part of the question, or the section I should say, was the whole N-400. N-400 is nothing but just to go through everything that you wrote down, you provided on the N-400 application. That was pretty much it. Like, you know, have you participated in anything, terrorists or... Yeah,
so just make sure to review your forms, I think, especially the yes and no part.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're basically gonna like read all the questions there.
Yeah. Everything
there. So just make sure you know what you put there, the yes and no, and basically everything you have on the form, because they're going to be going through it section by section.
Absolutely. So that was it. I think mine was funny. They asked me how many kids I had. I for some strange reasons I said 4 years. I don't have 4 kids. I have 3 kids, but I had to correct myself. I wasn't sure what was going through my mind then, but anyway, so that is something to be mindful of. Definitely go through your N-400. Make sure you know that everything that most of the things that you wrote down there or you typed down, they're going to ask a majority of them. It's just a bunch of yeses and a bunch of no's. Majority of them are no's. Yes for me was any organization or club that I was part of. I told them yes, I was a member of some clubs, and then she asked me to list them. I think in my wife's own case, she just listed them, then she confirmed that they were true. So that's kind of the whole process. Not that it wasn't actually, it was super fast. Like I'm talking about like 7 minutes. Some people say they stayed there for a long time, but for us, mine was just about 7 minutes, and hers, same. Like I mentioned, by the time I was walking in there, she was almost done with hers. And then once they told you, okay, you passed everything, they will ask whether you want to participate in the oath ceremony or take the oath or to become a citizen. Of course, you're gonna say yes, and except you don't want to, but otherwise, why are you doing this? But anyway, so after that, it's just a matter of signing. I think they have to sign 3 things there, participating, and then saying that everything you provided was correct. And then she printed the form, what we just shared a moment ago. She printed this saying that yes, that you passed the exam and you passed the test, I should say, and that they will be sending something in the mail, like when you're gonna be coming in for your swearing ceremony. So
yeah, within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks or so. That's kind of where we are right now. So we're excited. I don't know if there's any other tip that will help. Can you think of any other tip that will help someone who is kind of preparing now?
for sure you just got to know the 100 questions because
Yep.
because it's just random orders. You're not gonna know which one is gonna pop up. So for sure, practice, because we practice like every day.
Yep.
Those 100 questions. Then you want to make sure you review what is on the form. Make sure you arrive early, so that you can go in early. You know, do your check-ins and everything on time. Yeah, like he said, whatever you don't need, just leave in a car, and just go in, so you don't have to, like, you know, check in a bunch of things. Yeah, that is basically it. Just speak loudly, pronounce your words clearly, and that's it.
Yeah. All right, guys, well, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have any question about the whole process, any specific question that you have, let me know, or let us know in the comment section. We'll be glad to answer those questions. I wish you all the best, guys. I know it's hard. Hang in there, don't give up. God is good. I thank God. I will give God all the glory for everything that he has done for us and for our family and for my wife as well. We are excited. Let us know if you have any other question. Again, all the best. Bye, guys.